What's up, folks? I'm Odd, by the way, and I figured that it had been a minute. I think that it's been good, like, what, over a year? Happy first video of the year, by the way. It's been a minute since I have done a 3-color challenge to create basically a character or an OC based off of 3 random colors. In this case, because I'm doing it digitally, I don't need to randomly pick markers or crayons or colored pencils or anything like that. Instead, we are working with basically every possible color in digital art, so it can get weird. So we're probably going to go for 3 colors, like I said, and 3. Just generate them all at once, and then I'm going to pop over and probably do some thumbnails, I think, with you guys, and then I'll probably pop over to speed paint, just try and change it up a little bit, I think, and see what we're going to get. So let us... Whoa. Interesting. Okay. Purple, red, moss gray, squirrel gray. These look like very good colors together. Like, this just looks like a color palette. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll grab that then. This is giving me a very fall-like tone. Like a very, I guess, even wintry would be a good description of it. My keyboard keeps falling down, excuse me. So, I'm curious what I can make with these. I mean, my brain immediately goes to, a sweater with these sort of colors, which is why I said it's very fall-like. So I guess, excellent sweater, just a beautiful sweater. You know, like a cable knit. Just cozy. And these are terrible drawings. I haven't warmed up for it quite yet, so... like a sweater. Nice, cable knit. Maybe the red is like a hat. You know, and the green. These pants, or maybe some accents. Actually, the blue and green are probably a little bit too similar to do that with each other. Maybe the blue and the gray and the red. That's a bit better. Right? That's nice. I like that. Let's keep playing with it. So we got that kind of color concept, a little bit of an outfit for maybe a human character, but I'm not really vibing with who that would be. So trying to think what else. Like a jacket. Okay. This is the first time that I've sketched in color in a while. It's interesting. You just kind of go in and sketch everything out as you want it in color, as opposed to, I guess even anatomically, right? Just trying to figure out, the color-based vibe, which is interesting. So yeah, a red, kind of trench coat looking. Long jacket. This is very fall vibes. Let me see, yeah, that doesn't work well with but a scarf, perhaps? And then I guess maybe gray for the pants. Again, that's very close to the gray, or the... It's very close to the green, though, and I think the green is the darker of the 2 colors, so it looks better on the bottom like this. Maybe if I sort of... so, shrink you. Anything that is a variable size, I'll just move to one side. Anything that I don't really like, just move to one side, make it smaller, depending on how much I like it. Or sometimes just how much space that I have. It doesn't always have to be relevant. You sit there and like see me make a sketch small, and you're like, oh, she doesn't like that one. I might like that one. It's just that I don't have the space for it. Huh. Oh my gosh, this is... What if I went like hair red? That's the only one I feel like would be like a hair color. Right? Like that cherry red that was popular for a little while. Right? Right? And then keep the kind of like long coat vibe. Maybe not that long. Like that. And then like a... I guess you could kind of see like a green skirt or paint just kind of hanging out just barely underneath, but that doesn't really center the green eyes. I think that's going somewhere. Make that a little bit smaller. And try one more time, but I like that. And I do usually try to use variants of the colors together to make like skin and stuff like that. So like, how does this look if I just made it like... First off, how would this look if I mixed it with the other colors? So let's put the opacity of this at like 50. Put it with the green here, and that creates this sort of nice brown. And then with the gray, creates sort of like a purple, right? Interesting. So those colors are also available to our disposal. I think I'm getting somewhere. This is a very dark tone, but maybe it'll work well for skin. The only issue is that I wonder if it'd be a little samey. I mean, these colors are all a little samey, so it's difficult, right? But like, you know? That's kind of fun. And then this kind of gray-green for the eyes. It looks like a gingerbread person. And I actually kind of want to move back to that sweater. With this, I think. It's very cozy. Maybe like a little bit of a boat neck. Make it like nice and baggy. These colors are just very comfy to me, you know? So maybe she's holding like a cup of coffee. Just being warm. That seems fun, right? And, I mean, maybe even like bring in the green a little bit more. Maybe she has a beanie. I like that. Cozy coffee shop girl with her cable knit sweater. I'll say some darker and lighter isn't going to hurt anything. I'm not against using black and white for color challenges like this. I think that it's fine. So something like that. She looks cute. Just so long as I don't like adjust the colors like saturation too much. I think that I think that that's fine, just adding a little bit of darkness. Yeah. I think that's fine, especially if the main color's the same, and then we're just kind of doing, like, details, even, or just lines. You know? So, I have my color scheme sorted out, I think. And she looks there. She's so happy to see you. Okay. Alright. Well, I think that I got that sorted out. So I'm probably going to move over to speed paint and voiceover and draw out this character a little bit more fleshy. I mean, I know that, you know, this is beautiful. This is fantastic work of art in and of itself. This is just concept sketching, you know? And it's fun to do stuff like this, honestly. So, I'm happy, and I want to see how I can make this character turn out. I hope that it'll look good. So, see you in a moment. So, I set out to find the character in all of this mess, and I wound up going for a pretty simple scene. Just this girl sitting in a chair, legs crossed, with her cup of coffee. Very similar to how I edit every single one of my videos, minus the less than stellar posture. On her side, not on mine. My posture is very bad. I realized basically as soon as I got to the pants that I didn't sketch pants in color for the design that I liked. I wound up going for a sort of mid-tone between the gray and the red. Later on, I even went back in and added just a little bit more red. It's probably the most saturated color of the three of these, so when it came to making sure the whole thing wasn't just kind of bland, I tried to add that red as like an accent wherever I could. I did draw shoes, and I think I even picked a color for them, but they were just kind of destined to be cropped out. Still drew them, just in case, I guess, but yeah, they weren't a major part of my focus. They weren't very detailed to begin with. Initially, I was feeling really meh about this piece as I worked on it, and I considered just kind of calling it good at one point, but I resolved to kind of push through what I felt like was kind of an ugly phase. Which sort of brings me to the idea of my resolutions for this year, considering it's the first video of the new year. I tend to keep my resolutions kind of vague. I'm not going to make some sweeping claim to change my whole life on one specific day. I also think, though, that I have both art resolutions and life resolutions. Like, I always resolve to make more art. So I feel like I should get more specific. This year, I want to make more detailed art. I want to zoom in on the little things that I like to see so that the piece can feel more like me. I think I've kind of generalized my whole process and it can feel a little incomplete to me. And like, drawings are drawings. Overall, I think I spent way more good time on art, especially recently, like this year. But I just want a little more now, I think. Slowing down, taking more time to add little things to tell a better story with art. As for the current life resolution, I guess if you're interested, I want to get out more. But I know that's probably a little cliche, but genuinely, I just want to find and go do things in the real world around me. Obviously, things like the pandemic were a big factor in not doing this, but trust me, I was still no social butterfly before COVID. I'd like to kind of hone my social skills, because they're definitely skills, and I'm definitely a little lacking in them, and just feel okay existing out in the world for a little bit. There's some stuff I've already kind of scoped out, library events, ghost tours, art exhibits, just local stuff that I want to do. But this girl embodies that pretty well, funnily enough. Just sitting around in a coffee shop full of plants and her cozy knitwear. I also utilized some brushes and clip and generally experimented more with this piece, which I think was what made it turn out nicer for me. It's still a little muted, but I think it could be in a cozy way. I think her name is Sarah. She vibes as Sarah. She's kind of a hipster, but generally she's just that really nice chill person who knows all the hole-in-the-wall shops and cafes. She makes good clothes and is generally obsessed with every textile craft from sewing, knitting, crochet, macrame, you name it. And she obviously loves a good coffee. Or maybe a chai latte with a shot of espresso. Ooh. That's my favorite. That's my personal favorite. Totally recommend it. It's not necessarily the season anymore, but that shit tastes like Christmas. I don't know how else to describe it. It just does. You don't even need the shot of espresso. I'm just a caffeine fiend. A caffeine. At that though, I think I'm gonna leave this here with our girl Sarah. Leave a like if you like this video and subscribe to see more fun art challenges like this. My current goal is 100 and I don't even know if that's gonna be for the whole year because we're close. It's insane. Regardless though, I guess I'll leave you there and I'll see y'all next time.